What is going on, good people of YouTube? It is me, Chavez, back with another Prize Picks video for you. Today is Thursday, May 11th, 2023. We're talking NBA player props over on Prize Picks. As always, I hope this video right here finds you all doing well and in good spirits. To kick things off, we'll recap our plays from yesterday, and then we're jumping right into the Prize Picks board because I got 4 player props that I want to share with you today. So if you like the way that sounds, stick around, drop a like, drop a sub, click that notification icon, get notified of all upcoming content and videos from me and my channel. And without further delay, let us jump into those plays from yesterday. 3-1 on the day, so very close to a 4-0 sweep. Let's break these down very quickly. So starting off with our Miami, New York Knicks game props, we had the over. Gabe Vincent assist, he pushed at 4. I consider this a win because that does not destroy your lineups. If you put that in a 2-pick power, you still make profit. It's 1.5 profit versus the 3x profit. However, if he were to go under that 4, you lose. And so the reason I look at that push as a win is because technically doesn't lose your slip. So we like that one. Number 2, we had the over on Max Strus, first half points. He continues to be a very solid play, both points, first half and full game points. And I mentioned that you could have taken his full game points yesterday. I don't know if I mentioned it in the video, but I definitely wrote that up for the members yesterday, and he cleared both those lines. So 2 for 2 there. And then Jalen Brunson over 29.5 points and assists, or excuse me, points and rebounds. Listen, I don't want to sit here and act like I picked the the prop of all props here. He just had an incredible day yesterday. He cleared every one of his props. So no matter what you took from him, you made money. I'm assuming you made money. Points and rebounds, points and assists, PRA, rebounds and assists, probably even field goal attempted. I didn't even check that one, but he just had a very good game. So pick a prop, any prop. You probably were in the green if it was a Jalen Brunson prop yesterday. So moving into the Lakers and Warriors game, we had the over 30.5 for Wardell Curry, and Wardell was a Harlem Globetrotter yesterday for like 2 quarters. He just ran around the court, passed the ball, setting up his teammates. I was waiting on him to bring out the bucket of confetti. He just wasn't really shooting a whole lot to start the game off, and then when he was shooting his threes, they were just not falling again. So, another game of a subpar performance from behind the arc, and shot the ball plenty of times. I mean, 24 field goal attempts is plenty, plenty of shots to get over 30 points. And the way you look at it is, had he just made, 2 more threes, he would have cleared this prop. And he should have cleared this prop, to be honest with you. He had enough attempts to do so. But listen, we'll take 3-1 any day of the week. That puts us at a 7-1 record over the last 2 days. Excuse me, 6-1 record over the last 2 days. Got ahead of myself. So I'll take that. I'll take that. Back-to-back days of strong player prop performances. We look to continue that as we go into today's 2-game slate. Let's head back to the Prize Picks board so I can start breaking down these 4 player props. Okay, we're back on the Prize Picks board. Let's start breaking these props down. Now, I said I had 4 player props for you. Technically, it's 5 because I have 2 player props. I have 2 player props from the same player. So let's start with that player. And let's talk about Joel Embiid. And I want to look at his free throws made, both full game and half game. These 2 correlate very well with each other because there's no way he's hitting 10 free throws made in this game without at least getting 5 in the first quarter, or excuse me, 5 in the first half, getting something in the first half. So let's head on over to props.cash and let's start breaking this one down. Okay, this one, very simple for me. Joel Embiid has gone over this actual 9.5 free throws made prop in 3 straight games, and that was not his free throws made prop in those games. So he's just been seeing double-digit trips to the free throw line, hitting double-digit free throws in every single game since coming back from his injury, and I don't see this stopping today. We talked about outcomes for possessions with Joel Embiid. He's kicking the ball out to reset the play. He's fighting through double teams and drawing an and one, or he's just gonna get fouled and hit 2 free throws, or go to the free throw line to shoot 2 free throws. So the outcome in 2 of those 3 situations, those scenarios, result in him making free throws. And so far, Boston has shown that they cannot stop this. They cannot prevent this from happening. They continue to foul him. They're too small. Horford, Grant, they're too small. We're not seeing big minutes played from Robert Williams. He's not 100% healthy. He hasn't been all playoffs, and it's really hurting their paint presence. But Joel Embiid will find a way. He's too savvy and he's too smart. It's like he's one step ahead of the defense. He has been this entire series. He's fully healthy, or he at least seems to be fully healthy. We saw peak performance from Joel Embiid last game. I think we see another peak performance for him in this game as they look to close out the series, which I hope they don't do that today. A, being a Boston Celtics fan, but B, I just want to keep seeing playoff basketball. I want to keep seeing, this series go on. So hoping it goes 7, but either way, I think we see Joel Embiid head to the free throw line a lot in this game. Now, in terms of his half game splits, let's look at that very quickly. We can see that over the last 3 games, he has gone to the free throw line an average of 6.6 times in this series. Well, not even that, because that's inclusive of this Brooklyn game. So let's actually add these up. 14, 21, 30 times in the last 4 games. Yeah, so roughly 6 times in the first half he's gone to the free throw line. Now, what's he making? 7, 6, 5, 9. All those put him over his 4.5 first half free throws made props. So give me the over on both of these props for Joel Embiid to kick things off. All right, so now sticking in this game, I want to head to the other side and talk about a guy for the Boston Celtics who needs to have a great game today, unless the Celtics want to get a head start on Cancun, and that's going to be Jason Tatum. We're going to talk about his 44.5 points, rebounds, and assists prop. I like the over on this one. We're headed over to props.cash, and I will break it down. All right, so much like we did yesterday with Steph Curry, I want to stay away from subjective opinions over this point prop and want to stick to the facts, and I want to piece together a clear path to success for this prop going over for Jason Tatum. So let's start off. Jason Tatum has not been shooting the ball well at all in this entire series. Now, the last 2 games, we've seen him get off to incredibly slow starts. And in my opinion, those slow starts have cost the Boston Celtics games. They've lost the last 2 games. Jason Tatum has not started off strong, though he's finishing strong. He is finishing strong and ending, each game well over 44.5 PRA. It's his slow start that has really hurt the Boston Celtics production. Looking at all that, we know that Jason Tatum is going to have the ball in his hands a lot. And so when we talk about points, rebounds, and assists, it's not just about his shooting or his points. It's about rebounds. It's about assists. Now, averaging double-digit boards in this series versus Philly, and then he's giving you roughly 5.5 assists in each game. But this PRA prop goes as his points go. If he is knocking down his shots at any point during this game, it's only going to increase the likelihood of this going over. Now, what he's done from the field has been not good. I'm trying to be nice here. So over the last 2 games, I want to focus on these 2 games because these are the 2 games where I feel like he kind of lost it for the Celtics. Now, he's gone 20 for 47 from the field. 20 of 47 from the field. That's less than 50%. But the one stat that really stands out to me is how incredibly poor he's been from behind the arc. In the last 2 games, he's shot 4 for 17 from 3. And I bring all this up not to bash Jason Tatum, but to show you that he's still able to hit his PRA prop with these terrible shooting nights. Once his shot starts to fall, specifically his 3-point shot starts to fall, he is going to soar over 44.5. He will be in the mid to high 50s if these shots start to fall. We need to see this at 5, 5 made, 5 out of 11, 6 out of 11. We have to see double-digit 3-point attempts from him, and he needs to make 50% of them. Much like we talked about with Steph Curry, I just think this is a great spot for some positive regression for Jason Tatum, unless he wants to end his season and, you know, get back home and finish that back tat. But I think he comes out ready to play today. I will say this: if you're taking this prop, check your expectations at the door, because in the event he gets off to a slow start, it's very tilting. It's going to make you yell and stress. Just keep that in mind, that it's a possibility that he gets off to a slow start today, but finishes strong. So just throwing that out there, because it's happened to me in the past. So give me the over 44.5 PRA for Jason Tatum as our third player prop for today. All right, fourth player prop on the board, Devin Booker, 5 rebounds. I like the over on this one. We're headed over to props.cash, and I will tell you why. All right, looking at Devin Booker's game log versus the Nuggets in this series, you can see that he's gone over 5 rebounds in 3 straight games. He's pushed in 1 and hooked in 1. So 4 for 5, 3 for 4, however you want to look at it. He's going over this line quite often. Now, one thing that stood out to me when I was digging into this prop is the amount of rebound chances he's getting per game. 9.6 rebound chances. That's tops for all guards on the team, and the only players that are in front of him in that category are centers. Ayton, Biyombo, Landale, all those guys are over him, and they're centers. So I wouldn't expect Booker to be out rebounding those guys. Now, I do like the fact that Booker he's like always around the basket. If you watch these games, either whether it's defensive end or offensive end, he seems to be around the basket, and he's getting rebounds in the paint. These aren't rebounds that are bouncing to him on the perimeter or, you know, up in the air kind of thing. He's going and snagging these things. So he remains active. He remains, you know, a big part of not just the scoring, but creating possessions. And, you know, a lot of these possessions start with defensive rebounds. He's also playing a ton of minutes in the playoffs. He's averaging 42 minutes per game versus Denver. I mean, let's go ahead and filter that out to the playoffs. There you go. 42 minutes a game versus Denver. This is up from his season average of around 35 minutes. So he's seeing more floor time. That just increases his opportunities to grab rebounds and to stuff stats. For our fourth prop on the board, give me over 5 rebounds for Devin Booker. All right, final play of the day, our 5th player prop. I don't think I've ever given out 5 player props in a video, but here's your 5th one. Nikola Jokic, 39.5 points and assists. Now, let me just start this off before we head over to props.cash by saying I don't believe you can go wrong with any of his props, I should say. Much like we talked about Brunson yesterday, I think Nikola Jokic is in a similar spot to where he can and will go over all these props. I picked the one that to me stood out the best and is actually the lowest total, and I like that low total. I like the under 40 total for this one. So let's head over to props.cash and I'll break this one down. All right, check out this game log for Nikola Jokic in points and assists. Now, a couple big reasons why I like this one. Number one, this in looking at the game logs, this has been the most consistent stat for Nikola Jokic. When you look at his points and rebounds, he has gone under this, and it is also much higher. 44 he needs versus the 40 he needs with points and assists. And then his points, rebounds, and assists. I also like this one. This one was at 53.5 last game, got bumped up to 54, and now it's at 52.5 just because this game is being played in Phoenix. Listen, this game could be played on the damn moon. That's way too low for Nikola Jokic. But today we're talking about his points and assists, and this has been very consistent in this series. If you watch these games, then you have to be seeing this 2-man game with Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic, where Nikola Jokic either gets an assist out of this or he gets a bucket out of this. So he's on the receiving end of an assist or he's giving the assist, and that is perfect. That's what we want to see. The 2-man game with Jamal Murray, it's like poetry in motion. They're carving up the Phoenix Suns in the paint. They have no answer for this. It's so much fun to watch. And so with those, knowing those things, having watched these games, it gives me really good great confidence in taking the over on this prop. Not to mention that he's just seeing a ton of minutes. Like, all these guys are seeing tons of minutes in the playoffs. The longer they're on the floor, the more opportunities they have to crush their stats. Foul trouble has not been a real issue for Jokic in this series. We can go ahead and filter out the Phoenix to kind of give you a better vision here. He hasn't gotten over 3 fouls in this series. And so 3 fouls is pretty typical for a big man. And the reason you want to know that is he's not spending excess amount of time on the bench due to foul trouble. So the more he's on the floor, the more he's going to produce. I just like the over on this one. But again, you can look to his points and rebounds and his PRA. I don't believe you can go wrong with either of those. I simply picked the one that was the lowest total and the one that has shown the most consistency in the series. Give me the over, 39.5 points and assists for Nikola Jokic. All right, let us quickly recap these 5 player props. We got the over on both Joel Embiid's free throws made first half and full game. We got the over 44.5. Jason Tatum points, rebounds, and assists. Over 5 rebounds, Devin Booker. And then over 39.5 points and assists for Nikola Jokic. And ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for today's player prop video. Drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about these plays, as well as your thoughts on the player prop board over on Prizepicks. As always, thank you all so much for your continued support. Your likes, your subs, your comments continue to help this channel get bigger every single day as we march towards 5,000 subs. We are less than 300 subs away from doing so. Very fast growing channel. Thank you all so much. Speaking of fast growing, check out the free player prop Discord. Link is in the description below. Click it, verify you're human, read over some rules, and you're in like Flynn. We currently have now over 500 members, and this Discord has only been up for less than 2 weeks. Thank you all so much for allowing this to happen, making this happen. Best of luck to you all today, tonight. Should you tell any of these plays, let me know in the comments below. And until tomorrow's NBA player prop Prizepicks video, Chavez is